Thanks for the day off. Wait, you guys get Good Friday off?
If the bat wants to play,
We don't even have that as a bank holiday. What a ripoff. What a rip. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't mind swearing that much in chat. You're not going to find me swearing that much, but as long as it's not directed like at anybody, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, if somebody says something like, people have said some messed up stuff, that's why my automod's super high. And then we teach automod from there, not the other way around. Because I had my automod at like a so-so rating, and then, yeah. There was a couple games I streamed, I'm not gonna say what they are, just because then people are gonna know what I'm talking about. But, yep. After one particular game that I streamed, it just got out of hand, and I was like, yeah, I'm putting my automod up high, and I'm not streaming this game anymore. And I even had a conversation with some other retro streamers about it, and they saw it both ways. They're like, we see your point. We don't think, like, we won't think less of you if you stream that game, or that's what, like, your intent is. But at the same time, they're like, if you're uncomfortable, just don't do it. I'm like, yeah, thank you. That's pretty much all I need to know. Waffles and bacon. Nice. Enjoy, dude. Waffles and bacon. Let's get the controls down here. Now, I'm wondering, I had a couple thoughts about some of these riddles on my day off yesterday. I was thinking about a few of them really hard, like the 13 one, where unlucky for some, you need to be ruthless to achieve this baker's dozen. And I think I've solved that riddle, believe it or not. I don't know where to find it, though. That's the thing. It has to be on floor 12, where you find the riddle. Or in the elevator right afterwards. That's the only place it could be. But what I think that means is they want me to break the floor. Because it made sense after a while. We were trying to make so much sense of that riddle last time. Like, what does it mean you need to be ruthless? What the hell does that mean? Like, I understand to achieve this baker's dozen. To achieve this 13. Baker's dozen 13. They're talking about the 13th floor. How do you get to the 13th floor? What do they mean ruthless? And then it literally hit me like that scene in Brazil where they saw open the ceiling from somebody's floor and drop down into somebody's ceiling from somebody else's floor. And then they go to replace the person's floor and they're like talking to them and it just falls right through because they measured improperly. But anyways, that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, we've got to go into a ceiling, in from a ceiling somewhere through a floor. That's what they mean by, unfortunately for some, you need to be ruthless. That's got to be what they mean. Oh, we got a blast. Hell yeah. Thank you, Persian Air. Slippery Goo is going to be our bread and butter. For almost this whole game. We're going to use this combination pretty much the whole time. I had to figure out what we're going to use on the second level with that elevator part, though. Whether we're just going to wing that, some of the more dangerous parts, or... There you go. So there's an extra life right here. That's why we're backtracking here. And this one, I think they're talking about the one right behind you. So here's the extra life right here. There's one of 2 extra lives I know of in this particular level. I'm sure there's probably another one actually wherever the area that I'm missing is. I keep saying that I'm missing an area and I don't know how to get to it. Oof. Oh wow, he went through it. Yes. Keep going. Nice. Oh, missed him. No, nothing there. Well, in any case. Yeah, to discover the treasures revealing their jewels, open their locks with your world of tools. Yeah, that's what they're talking about, destructibles. Alright, not bad. Nothing like that. Right, this is one I can't figure out yet. Credit is given where credit is due. Come round again and you'll get it too. Come round again. And then there's somebody that we have coming up called the Creditor. That is where... That is where I'm sort of stuck on that riddle. It's like, okay, what exactly are they talking about? Like, I wonder, and I wondered yesterday, what I wondered is, do I have to not kill the Creditor? Is there a way to just get past him? So we're gonna find that out here in a second. Or whether or not we can actually skip the Creditor. Okay, that opens, right? Okay, so that puts us here, the Creditor. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, what is going on? Why is my stream frozen? What's up? What's up, Scott? How you doing? Not even sure if you guys can hear me. I think you guys can. What is even going on here? So that's so weird because my stuff is green. Everything seems to be running okay. There we go. I think it came back. Okay, that was weird. I don't know what that was like for you guys on your end. It was really odd. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Weird. Really, really weird. Okay. Think it's safe now. Think we can out of this blast. How you doing tonight, Bombshell? How you doing, Scott? You're doing good? Okay, good. Glad to hear that. Oh, you finally got the guide. Nice. Now, without giving too much away, does it what all does it tell you? As far as what does it give away? Does it give away all the riddles? Does it give away the secrets? The hidden areas? Tell you how to use all the gadgets? Tell you where all the blueprints are or what? Because I was curious as to like what the official guide had to offer. Because some guides offer you this and some guides offer you that. That's why I was, kind of curious. Same thing with like a user manual, right? Sometimes they're better written than ours. Oh, you've been having a rough day? I'm sorry to hear that, Bum. Well, hopefully we can make that better. Or at least, provide some comfort. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. There's a strategy for each enemy. That makes sense. Each enemy is built like a Mortal Kombat character and has its own strengths and weaknesses. That's what I was talking about when we first started playing this with the gadgets. How they'll work better in some areas and some not. But there are some that are just kind of good against most. And a walkthrough of each level. Got it. Now, what I was just saying a second ago, I'll digress, is I'm pretty sure that I have the secret for, like, the riddle for the 13th floor figured out, but we just have to find it. Because you remember how it said that, it shows secrets, but it doesn't show a large map. Oh, so it gives just like a snapshot of them. Aha, so that's what's going on. I knew that was going on today, dude. Okay, I just figured out why my computer was running all weird just now. So yeah, what I think with I'm not sure with this one, what I was just saying about this one is maybe we need to leave the Creditor alone and come back? I'm not really sure. But with the 13th floor, anyways, you remember how it said, unlucky for some, you need to be ruthless to achieve this baker's dozen? Well, what I think what they're saying is that you need to break the floor somewhere. So that you can go down to the 13th floor. Or down to the 11th floor, and a different elevator takes you up to the 13th. If that at all makes any kind of sense. So let me adjust everything here. Looks like I'm a little dark. So in terms of the lighting goes. You get all the secrets at a level, you get another 1 up. Oh, wow. And if you beat all the enemies, you get another 1 up. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, because there are no continues in this game. You cannot earn continues. You do not start with continues, right? So it makes sense that this game is, point intended, riddled with secrets. Point intended. And what I think is every time you find a riddle, there's a secret nearby. And that's what they're telling you, is there's a secret nearby. And they give you a hint as to what that is. But some of them, it's really cryptic, obviously, because it's in the form of a riddle. Some of these some riddles are more complex than others, right? Some riddles are super easy, right? Like, how does that riddle goes? What has the face that doesn't weep, a mouth that doesn't drink? I can't remember the third part. Gives behind the scenes on how they made the game. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I was curious about that, actually. I literally said that when we started streaming this. I was like, I'd be curious to see like a behind the scenes thing for this. Oh, man, I got to get a copy of that then. I got to see if I can find a copy of that on eBay. Because I'm so curious about like any behind the scene information on this game, any of it. Because yeah, this game just has such a mystique to me. Were real suits from the movie, and they digitized them with some guy. Yeah, no, they give all the actors and actresses information in the cast. Okay, so can we skip the Creditor? We can. Okay. I might be onto something here. Remember that riddle it gave us. Credit is given where credit is due. Come round again and you'll get it too. Right? Well, I was curious if you could just pass the Creditor and leave him alone. Maybe that had something to do with it, and then come back for whatever reason. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I'm hurt. Oh. Knew he was gonna hit me with that. Even when it was too late. Yes. The suits were the real suits from the movie that they digitized. Let's go and grab that. So yeah, maybe we need to... Maybe we need to take down Mad Tim? I don't really know. Yo, what's up, Matthias? How you doing tonight, man? Oh, we got an upcoming SEGA Genesis game. Oh, crazy. What are you thinking about, Matthias? How you doing, by the way? Welcome in, dude. Let me see here. Give Matthias a shout out here. Yo, OG Snackman, what's up, dude? OG Snackman, welcome. How's the rest of your night been so far, dude? Let me give OG Snackman a shout out here real quick, too, while we're at it. What was the game that you had in mind, Matthias? Or are you thinking about it? Are you stewing on it? Oh no, I didn't announce Snackman correctly. I hate when I do that. You can almost taste Friday. It's less salty. Oh. It's an interesting way to put that. I don't think I've ever heard that put that way. It's hilarious. Okay, so let's fight Mad Tim here, and then let's go back to the Creditor and see what happens. Nice. There's an extra life right here. So we cannot go in there. Okay, I was curious about that. Okay, no place to drop down there. What about here? No? Okay, no place to drop down there. Whoa. Yo, what's up, Real Ghost? How you doing? You're a mad lab, Mad Tim. Yeah, preferably, yeah. Yeah, preferably choosing a Genesis game. And if you need a list of what I have, we can talk about that. So, here's the Creditor again. Yeah, let's just be on our way here. Nothing. Okay. I wonder how I could do that. Like, I wonder how I could get, like, so I suppose you could probably do that on the, probably do that on the Discord, but there wouldn't be a way to, like, have it be permanent. that makes any sense. But yeah, I can always link you a list too via Discord and like a private message if you want. You know, like look over a list. Oh no, I wish, OG. I'm actually looking at that's one game I've been thinking about getting because I don't think it's that expensive, and I remember having fun with that one. I mean, I could see how much it is when I get off stream here and order it. If it's not like, you know, something super expensive. Yo, what's up? What's up, Variety Gamer? How you doing? You read the riddle? Which riddle? The one about the Creditor? If it's anything about the first 3 levels, I'm fine with it because I've done such meticulous exploring in these first 3 levels all the way through the circus. No, I don't have Jurassic Park either. That's a really unique game though, because Jurassic Park is different on every platform it came out on, including, from what I understand, like even the different Sega ones were different. Like it was so weird. Jurassic Park's a really, really weird one. I would like to see your it's a mystery. It's a mystery. I mean, not really. Again, like a big chunk is the SEGA Genesis classics on the PS4. So that's 53 of them right there. Oh yeah, we should give a few more shout-outs here. So, who is it? Variety Gamer? I don't think I gave Bombshell a shout-out. Give Bomb a shout-out here. Oh, I see. Okay. I thought you meant this word at first. This is why I was confused. Because this is typically how that word is spelled. Mystery, like this. That's why I was confused. I'm like, is a ministry? That's how I first read that. Because, you know, these are a little bit smaller text, right? I was like, what do you mean my game list is a ministry? A ministry, that first word, that's like a ministry of priests, right? It's like a group of like religious people. Oh yeah, of course, absolutely. Night's going good. I've got some pretty good confidence that we can beat this. Yeah, I do have a list of games I've beaten on stream. Yeah, so here's the Creditor again. So yeah, again, feel free to share the secret, Scott. I kind of want to leave this guy alone for now. Because I just have a weird hunch that it has to do with him. It says, credit is given where credit is due. Come around again and you'll get it too. So, again, like, okay. So I'm assuming... well, I'm not assuming. I take it what they're saying is that I'll get an extra life by doing something correctly here. Yo, Retro Devil, what's up, dude? How you doing? Huh, do you have the Super Nintendo version? Or what do you mean by the room looks different? Maybe I'm doing something different. No, it's totally fine, Matthias. No, it was funny, dude. It made a great joke. That's why I was confused again. I was like, what do you mean my game list is a ministry? Like, I thought you were saying that like my collection was like religious somehow. You can defeat him and there's a room below. Interesting. Okay, okay. So come around again and you'll get it too. So maybe it has to do with one of our explosives there. Let me give Retro Devil a shout out here real quick. So you have a good opportunity to. Yeah, because this is, I think, the last room before the last part of this. Ah, okay, okay. There's also, isn't there a... There's an arcade version of this. Yeah, yeah, okay. Someone told me that recently. There's an arcade version of this, and they said it's even worse. It's like, how? How is it worse? Yeah, that just seems like a stretch. How is it worse? It can't be worse. All right, let's go back. So it's not this one, right? It's not this room. Because this room is the same as the Creditor, but it's just slightly different, as you noted. But this is not the Creditor's room. It's just one that's extremely similar. Well then, let's go back. Grappling ourselves up, go back to the Creditor's room, which is right to our left here. Hello again. Hello, lad. Oh wait, is that it? No, never mind. Oh, Bluey. He does have a lot of health. I imagine. Oh! None of that. Let's see here. Nope. No, I meant to do. Hopefully I didn't screw it up. I'm trying to see if I can crouch at all anywhere. Dang. Should be under the Creditor. Try bombing the floor. Yo, what's going on, Cheap Nuts? How you doing, dude? Space Metal, and the song was called Intergalactic Space Crusaders. That's awesome. Let me give Chief a shout out here real quick. And we'll continue bombing the floor here. Go back one room to the left. Yo! Whoa! There it is! Scott, with our powers combined. Thank you, dude. And Retro Devil. What's going on, man? How you doing, dude? How's the rest of your stream, man? Let me give Retro Devil a shout out here. Awesome retro streamer. Sorry, Retro Arcade. Excuse me, not Retro Devil. Retro Arcade. Excuse me. Too much retro. Retro Arcade. How's the rest of your stream, dude? Crap. Give me 1 second here, folks. We'll come back and we'll give the other part. All right, my sincere apologies about that, folks. You're mad good. Cool. What did you end the stream with? I saw a clip of you today, Retro Arcade, playing Revenge of Shinobi. I'm curious, how do you feel about that game? This guy is a bit confusing, but I'm understanding it. The whole game's confusing. That's why we're playing it, because I just love the whole mystique around this game. It's such a misunderstood game. That's why we're going through it. Nice. Woo. Oh, you love Revenge Shinobi. Okay. It was that airport part with all the dudes throwing grenades at you. That part can get messed up, dude. What's going on, Bezo? How you doing, dude? Thank you so much for the redeem here. Let me tell you something. Woo. Excuse me, hiccup there. Let me tell you something, brother. What would you like the subject of the let me tell you something, brother, to be about? And earlier I was having a bit of an issue with my stream lagging and stuff. Let me know how it is, folks. Let me know if there's... Because on my end, it's good, so it's tough to tell. Like, everything's green over here. No issues at all. But I'm looking at my manager, I see a little bit of choppiness in my camera. MTV? Interesting. Okay. That's a new one. I've never had anybody ask me to rant about MTV. Okay. What can we do here? Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you. We just discovered a new secret here on this one too. So hopefully this will lead to good things. was thinking, MTV. Okay, this is gonna be kind of weird and out there, but this will probably work. Okay, all right, we're gonna go ahead and go for it. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. There's a few things I want all my little Hulk maniacs to know out there, and that's what it is with MTV, brother. You know, Mean Gene, MTV in my day, I don't even know what MTV was like in my day, because I wasn't born quite yet, Mean Gene, but let me tell you about what it was like in my day, Mean Gene. When the MTV was on in my day, Mean Gene, it was all about the music, brother. And then around came the 90s, brother, and then everything started to change, brother. Music videos started getting cut off. Nothing made any sense. All of a sudden, you had this random crap called Total Request Live that everybody hated, brother. And then they took Beavis and Butthead off the air, the only saving grace that MTV had, brother. So let me tell you something, Mean Gene. When the Hulkster's out there, the strongest force in this universe, and he's looking at music videos, there's nothing the Hulkster hates more than music videos that don't have the band playing in it, brother. Those music videos are the really biggest toxic thing of MTV, brother. When you see these random MTV videos where there's no sign of the artist whatsoever, there's no sign of any band playing, there's no sign of any melody, it's just a bunch of pictures of outdoors and all the different things and people running at each other, but they never quite touch and they never actually quite make it to each other. They're never actually even in the same scene. They're just actually running away from each other at the end of the film. This is the kind of crap we need to get out of there, Mean Gene. Have more bands playing. It's supposed to be about the music, brother, and it needs to be about the music. If you don't have the band showing, it's just about some random crap that the producers want it to be about, brother. It needs to be more about the purity of the music. So when you're going out there, forget about music videos, brother. Just go and listen to music. Otherwise, these 26.5-inch Supernovae are going to go off. And it's going to be Beavis and Butthead reruns for everybody, brother. I'm not the biggest fan of MTV, if you can't tell. Yeah, it's getting a bit choppy here, there, nothing crazy. Now, I'm wondering if it's just my camera or if it's the game itself. That's one thing that I'm wondering. No, not that. Yeah, absolutely, you're welcome. But yeah, I mean, I would, Oh, wait, yeah, okay, we gotta drop down. Oh, there you go. Jimbo! This is where all the toilets are, eh, Jimbo? You know, even the bats gotta go every once in a while. Aha, so there's our exit. Turbo! Nice. Is that an exit too? Okay, all health. Whoa! The engineer! Oh my gosh. What is that? What the hell is that? Whoa, they did not like that. Oh gosh. Look at this, we're getting some sub-bosses and all. Yeah, get cheesed in the worst kind of way. Yes! Wait, was that an extra life? Why didn't it... Must have just been health. Must have just been a full health. Right, okay. So you go over here. Yeah, what's MTV, right? Mr. Dread, what's up? Yo, Miyako, what's going on? How you doing tonight? How was the rest of your evening? No. Yo, Mr. Dread, are you a streamer as well? Welcome in, by the way. See, it's your first time chatting. Oh, and thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate it. I see you have... So you have like 30-something followers, that's why I'm curious. But Mia is another retro streamer, so please make sure to give them a follow. Mr. Dread, are you a streamer as well? I'm just curious. Did you have like 30-something? Wow, we spent almost an hour on this first level. I love it. There's an extra life. Mad Barg. I was hoping that this extra area would have an extra life for us, because man, do we need them. Oh, okay. Oh, that turns the electricity off. Oh, you're a streamer. Okay, nice. Make sure it spins around to the nice side of the scarce. That's why it sometimes fills your health up and sometimes it doesn't. I was wondering about that. I was wondering why sometimes it fills your health and sometimes it doesn't. That's, yeah, that really puzzled me. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Let me give Mr. Dread a shout out here as well. Alright, we've already been through here. Okay, so remember how we handle these dudes? No. Okay, if we hang out on the far right here, then it'll only spawn one at a time when it spawns the pairs. Until we move past that little second line right there. That's when it spawns the second one. A little nice little cheese right there I discovered. I'm sure others have discovered it too. People who have really tried to give this game a solid chance, like we have done. Now, if we could find the 13th floor in The second bank? Oh my gosh. You'd be in good shape. Here comes the riff. Now these guys actually have one move where they can run right through that. Thankfully these guys are not utilizing that right now. Okay, same thing. Oh no, he killed me with the nightstick. Yeah, they can throw that nightstick at you, and like I said, yeah, if it like bounces on the ground, it's like insta-death. I don't know why that is. Just does so much damage. We're gonna keep going. Despite that death. As long as we don't die too many times on the falling elevator part in the end of level 2, we'll be in good shape. And who knows, maybe we can find out that, maybe we can figure out that last riddle on the circus too. Because I almost found everything on the circus on my own, but there's one area that I didn't find. Same with this. There's that one area that was eluding me. Now, no. None of that claw hammer. You have to go over the goo. There we go. Should be 100% pickups and 100% enemies. Three extra credits. Extra lives, they're not actually extra credits. Did you learn the double heat smash move? What do you mean by that? Forward block and he'll do a head smash on each of the guys? No, actually, I never knew that. I never heard that before. Alright, which one should we do here? That is the question. I think we should honestly do Kate Morph on this one. While it's not going to be fun having to deal with two guys at the same time. I'd rather deal with that than have what I did last time where I literally slid myself off the edge twice by doing this. Because I was trying to hit, because that move is really similar to the flash pellet. Now, yeah, if we could figure out the Baker's Dozen, man, like I said, we'd be in good shape. But yeah, again, I think I figured that out. I think you need to be on floor 12. You need to find somewhere in the floor to break. Is that what it says, or does it say a different floor? Or does it say it's in the elevator? Someone said that it might be outside, and I was like, okay, that's interesting, but I was like, why is it unlucky for some then? That's the only reason why I was like, that could be, but that sounds like more of a stretch. Man, just the fact that we were able to figure that out. That raises our advantage big time. I mean, just look at the lives, dude. Holy crap, I've never seen that. I've never seen that many. I think I've been up to 9. I'm not sure if I've been up to 10 yet. some more health in there. Ooh. Oh, wow. Yeah, like Saber's weakness, for example, is he doesn't have any kind of teleport. So that's how I'm able to cheese him so many times, right? On the 4th level, by just throwing batarangs at him from a distance, because he can't really do much against that. None of that. No, none of that. Oh, you know, I'd actually tried to do that before. It just didn't work. Maybe it's a time-sensitive thing. Maybe you have to get up there quick, like, you know, when you have to do the same thing with the basement. How you have to get up there quick and shoot it down. Probably have to get up there quick and walk in there to the right before it gets up to the 22nd floor. And that's gotta be where the last blueprint is, too. Featured Finger acquired these prints. A prize will be yours to make criminals wins. Okay, there's the blueprint. We have some drops down here, let's not forget about. And there's actually a piece of health that drops down here, too. Should be right around here. There it is. And it's not this one, but the next one will be the basement. That's basically what you have to do before it gets to that plank right there. You see that cement support? That, I think, is the crossing point for this next part with the basement. So it's probably the same, I imagine, with the Baker's Dozen. And here's the hint to get to the basement. To get to the bottom, you must first be on top, and then you can grapple with the problem non-stop. It's going to be on top of the elevator, and it does give you actually an enlarged elevator with this next one, so it definitely hints you. Ooh. Good enough. Meltdown. Nice. That's a cool name. There's another full health right in there. Another small piece of health right there. Oh, like that. Okay. Make sure you get all the pickups. This whole game is a riddle. Indeed, no, I liked that, though. That's one thing that I liked, that I thought they did well, was the... I always thought that the riddles and the... Yes. Sorry. Went into sub-focus mode there. I can still talk somewhat when I'm in focus mode, but that's one thing that I thought they did really well, is how they wrote the secrets in this was kind of unique with the riddles that they gave you, and basically how that was, you know, itself a hint that there was a secret nearby. You know, I'm not sure. I'm sure a game has done something similar to that before, but probably not in that exact manner. Yes. Okay, they're not gonna let me cheese like that. Get out of here. Boom. Boom! Tough action to acting. We'll have another extra life in here too with a blueprint as well. Now this was a secret I discovered all, you know, just from those riddles. And from memory, when we first started streaming this, I was like, I feel like there's something else. And you gotta double back. I feel like there's more enemies, though. Yeah, I thought so. Before the extra life shows up. Nice job, Skull. I'm just gonna crack your skull. Screw you, Amazon. Uh-oh, should I be saying that? Might get my account banned from Twitch. So heads, I'm assuming, is what you want, right? Heads is probably the non-evil part. And that's probably the evil part, that little line through it. So you probably want to get the face, right? Because that is what Two-Face tells the Riddler in the movie, right? You know, when he first meets the Riddler and Riddler offers him the proposition, he was like, okay. He's like, you managed to find my hideout. He's like, you managed to exploit who I am and where I am. He's like, for this, I should just kill you. But he's like, you do make an interesting proposition. So heads, we go with it. And tails, we blow your damn head off. Again, Batman Forever, not a bad movie. Not the best Batman movie, but not a bad movie. Batman Robin, oh, terrible movie. And it's funny because on Sega Genesis, it's like the opposite. Batman Forever, not a good game. The Adventures of Batman and Robin, good game. Such a good game that the price is ridiculous. But yeah, that makes sense, Scott, because that's totally what he tells the Riddler in the movie. Heads, we go with your plan, and tails, we blow your damn head off. Hey, Two-Face, show me how to punch a guy. Insert some, my boy. Bob the fish. Reach way back and assert yourself. That is not how you actually punch somebody, but I will not go into detail with self-defense. You can study that in your own time. Probably goes against TOS, I imagine. No, I didn't even mean to do that. It's time to get serious. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Oh, the battering came off the wall and hit him. Nice. Well, if their projectiles do that, then ours should too. Nemesis, yeah, I like that one. Good song. Yeah, I'm honestly, after all of this, I'm thinking about looking for like a used copy on DVD, see if I can get it for inexpensive, or see how much the DVD is new or the Blu-ray is new. Because these days, you can get some movies on DVD and Blu-ray that are not expensive. Now, at the same time, DVD prices have unfortunately been going up. So if you do have DVDs, hang on to them. I'm serious. You might have something that's kind of rare and you might not even know it. There's an extra... Sorry. There's a full health right there, and then there's another full health at the beginning that we didn't get. We want to make sure to get all of the pickups. But yeah, I really liked the riddles. That was one part that I did look up. Were clips where they were talking about the riddles and reciting them. And I thought that part was well done, you know? It's kind of creepy. With like the letter cutouts and stuff. How Edward Nygma first did the first couple riddles. Now the last one that he gives, oh my gosh, that was like all my health. Jeez, dude, not good. Not good. Please tell me there's some health in here. Thank goodness. Jeez, dude. These guys are working me right now. The riddle where the answer was vowels. We're 5 little objects in everyday sort. You'll find us all in a tennis court. Now, when I was younger, I didn't understand that part. You'll find us all in a tennis court, and if you spell out in a tennis court, or just, sorry, if you spell out a tennis court, it literally puts all the vowels in order. A, E, I, O, U. It's actually pretty clever. It's a extremely clever riddle. $8 on Blu-ray. We're going with that. Thank you, Scott. Yo, Say Punk. Thank you so much for the biddies, dude. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. How's your night going so far? I'll give you a shout out here. And then I'll give you a little solo for those biddies. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Oops. Not do it right. You do it again. All right, let me give you the other part here. Whoa. Key there. Thanks again for that, dude. Sorry, got a little out of key with that one. How's it going, dude? How's your night been so far? Thank you again for that. Whew. Thank you. I actually messed up a few times there, but thank you. I appreciate that. Cheers. Oh, it's time for a blast too. Hell yeah, we'll do that as well. Thank you. Over here, we're hoping tonight's going to be the night that we beat Batman Forever. And I have high hopes because we came so close, I believe, last time. Oh, by the way, Scott, yeah, is that Riddler fight that we got to, Where we were fighting his... What was it? His holograms? Is that the last boss? Or do we have to fight Two-Face a second time, like in the movie when they have to kill him? You know, where they throw the coins up in the air. Aren't you forgetting something, Harvey? Your coin. Yes, of course, you're right, Bruce. It was indeed time for a blast person here. I could do another one. All right, here we go. 12th floor. All right, now I know it's not this one, but I'm just trying to practice. Wow, Dreamstorm came out of nowhere with that. The dude with the coolest name in the game, Dreamstorm. Crap. No! 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 Yes! We got it. Okay, okay. Woo! Oh, man. I knew that full health was there. I was just trying to get it. Unlucky for some, you need to be ruthless to achieve this baker's dozen. Yeah, get cheese. Get cheesed. There's a big Riddler fight? What? What do you mean, big Riddler? What the hell does that mean? What? He kicks me in the face and it sweeps me? A big Riddler fight, eh? What is that? Oh. Where does this game stop? I mean, what the even crap? A big Riddler? Oh, I cannot wait to see this. That just sounds so comical. I can't wait. A big Riddler. Like, what does that... Like a Super Shredder Riddler? Is that what you're saying? It's a Super Riddler! That's kind of what I was thinking too, Persianer. Like the big Renfield. Yeah, like how Renfield was just a monster in that game. He's like 25 feet tall. Okay, maybe not that tall. Maybe he was only 20 feet, but still. Last big boss, eh? It's the last vial of ooze. Oh, I think I missed it. No. I tried to hit the grappling hook instead. Yep. So much for the blueprint. Man. I was really more hoping just for the extra lives, dude. Well, again, hopefully we can figure out what the... What does it say about the riddle in the... What does it say about the riddle in the circus involving the knot? Wow, really? That didn't work? Nope. No. Crap. No. No. Oh gosh. He almost took himself out. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, he didn't fall off. Whoa, he did. No, too close. No. Oh, he jumped off. All right, two more dudes. All right. We made up for our mistakes there by not dying on that part. Woo! Killer Kitty, thank you so much. I appreciate it. How's it going? Thank you for the lurk. Let me give you a shout out here as well. Thank you for the blast. Yes. Yes. If you get 4 blueprints in one level, Scott, it gives you 4 secret gadgets. We ascertained that about a week ago or something. I saw on my move list that there were blueprints, gadgets, and I was like, wait, is that how you get them? And then I didn't understand why I wasn't getting them, because I was collecting 4 total, like cumulative, right? And then somebody I know 3 drinks in who played this game growing up, and he came in and he was like, no, you need to get 4 in one level. And that's how you get an extra gadget. And those gadgets are apparently super powerful. And yeah, Persian Era, I actually looked at my Dracula novel to see when Seward first talks about Renfield. And sure enough, I found the right section. And yeah, one of the first things he says is a man of great strength. Unlike, you know, what they depicted as Tom Waits. Again, Renville was depicted as a big dude. So yeah, the riddle, Scott, I remember what it is when I'm straight, I'm not helpful. You can see what I've got. I'm always more helpful when I'm not, but not spelled like a tie in a knot. So it's obviously something to do with one of the knots. And that's the area I'm missing, because I can also find 3 blueprints in this level. There's one area that I'm missing. And I know that based on the statistics. Because that's cool, they give you statistics at the end of every level, and this one I'm dang close to all the secrets. The first blueprint is actually going to be all the way on our right here. We could go and get it immediately, or as I prefer, I just like to take out all the enemies in this room, just to give myself a peace of mind. This is where it's just telling you to get the clocks, because the clocks will increase the time. There's no time like the present. The present is time. The clocks are your allies in your fight against crime. So here's the secret, where the first blueprint is. We have to kill 2 sets of enemies on this little rafter up here, rather. First is clowns, and the second are the chainsaw guys. That's fine, we can take this guy one-on-one first. We go and take out Mr. Bilbo over here. Getting the chainsaw guys. Ha! I accidentally hit him to that other level up there. You see that? That's hilarious. Nice. Right, there's a full health for us all the way over here. We want that. Now let's go get that secret where our first blueprint is. Hang on, I will check your message in just a second here, Scott. Get Honker and Bonkers down here. Again, that was something I talked about last time. I was like, does anybody live near a place called Honkers? Like that was a chain that was in one of my hometowns, Honkers. and it had like a goose as a mascot. So the knot riddle is you can glide down the diagonal ropes for a secret area. Jump towards the diagonal rope and then press down the D-pad. Wait. Jump towards the diagonal rope and press down on the D-pad and he will guide you to the secret areas. Down on the D-pad, not up on the D-pad? Because the glide is up, right? Oh, whoa! Like that, you mean? Oh, I never knew you could do that. Oh, sweet, dude, that's cool. We can even test it on these ones, dude. Oh, cool, cool, cool. I see where you, I follow. Okay, I follow you. I follow you for sure, dude. I understand where you're going with that. That is cool. I would have never... Now, see, that's what I'm saying, is that I've done a lot of meticulous searching in here, and there's just a few things like... That bomb one in the first level, I think eventually we would have gotten that after enough times. I think maybe I would have thrown one of those out at random and would have hit that area or something, right? There would have been some way, shape, or another we would have found that. But stuff like that, like what you just said, I don't think so. Maybe the 13th floor, maybe. Again, maybe by accident, maybe. It's a possibility, but that one, no way. I didn't know you could press down. That's why I was confused, because I'm like, you mean press up to glide? Because the glide is up. For him to glide on his cape, right? That's what I thought you meant. Okay, Okay, there's some time over here. We need to make sure to grab it. Now, speaking of, let's use said Cape Glide. Helps us move a little faster here. Okay, so here's some extra health for us. Here's the riddle. When I'm straight, I'm not helpful. You can see what I've got. I'm always more helpful when I'm not. Like I said, I did a lot of thinking about these riddles yesterday. They were haunting me in my sleep, and I'm not joking. There were times where I woke up in the night, like, you know, and had to get back to sleep, and like these riddles were on my mind. I'm like, what could they possibly mean? And that's why, again, the 13th floor one was what I was thinking, but unfortunately I was wrong about that one. At least the Creditor one, I knew it had something to do with the Creditor. And with using that bomb. Okay, so here we go. Because that bomb's like a round bomb, right? So it has to be this one. Wow. An extra life, dude! It's an extra life, yes! Tickles and pebbles. Let's hold on to that in case we need the health, eh? Yes, it's the blueprint! Yes! We're gonna get all the blueprints! We're gonna get all the blueprints for a stage, yes! Oh man, am I stoked. Thank you so much for that one, Scott. Now, that's one I would have never, like I said, I never would have figured that one out without you, dude. The Creditor one, at least I can take some credit for it, because I knew it related to that guy somehow. The Baker's Dozen one, I knew there was a 13th floor. Like, I knew where it was going, right? But that one right there with that rope, nah, I don't think I would have figured that out. I wonder if you can glide into there with your cape. I doubt it, though, but maybe it's possible. Oh, man, look at those beautiful 13 lives. Oh, my gosh. So amazing. I think we're going to do it, folks. I think this is the run. What's from a song, Miyako? Even the moves in the game are secret. Yes, Scott, yes. The moves in the game are much like a Mortal Kombat game. They do not tell you them. They're not necessarily complex combinations. But just like in Mortal Kombat, there's no secret moves in the instruction manual. There's no fatality move list in the instruction manual. See you later, Coco. You are not the good kind. I need the dark chocolate. Thank you very much. You're the milk chocolate. None of that. Milk chocolate is bullcrap. Milk chocolate is for the weak. Oh, I need a bunch of sugar in my chocolate. Just kidding. Just kidding. Some milk chocolate things are delicious. I actually have some milk chocolate right there, but it's not what you're thinking. Oh, you played a few levels today? Nice. I'm glad I'm influencing others to play this. This wonderful masterpiece of a game. I do really like this game, though. All sarcasm aside. That's why I wanted to beat it. I wouldn't be playing this game if I didn't like it. That's just the thing, folks. You'll never see me playing a game on stream that I don't like. Like, it's never like, oh my gosh, I just hate this game. I can't wait till we're done with it. Most of the time, I actually am kind of sad when we beat games. No, Retro Arcade. No. White chocolate isn't even chocolate. There's no chocolate in white chocolate. That's the point. Because some people are allergic to chocolate. I understand why it exists. But no. I've actually really never liked white chocolate. Ever. Even as a kid. Like, You know those macadamia nut cookies that you can get? Like a really popular cookie in the United States is white chocolate macadamia nut. I would love it if it was just a cookie with macadamia nuts. If you could have that cookie without the white chocolate, you've got a fantastic cookie. But no, unfortunately, white chocolate kind of spoils the party for me, so to speak. Like I'm not really that keen on dessert. We've talked about that before. I'm more someone that's more a savory thing. Like yesterday, we were talking a lot about onion rings. And I'm like, yeah, like that's what I'm talking about. Give me some onion rings. Give me some like French fries with some like nice, you know, medium cheddar cheese melted on them. Like that sounds absolutely awesome as a good snack. Like as like a snack that's bad for you, right? That's kind of more sort of what I'm you know, what I really like. As far as like junk food goes. More like the savory junk foods, I guess, right? It's like some onion rings from like a stadium setting. Man, things like that, those are tough to beat, dude. They've got the nice big industrial fryers and the big kitchen. You know, onion rings are messy. They're not tough to make, but it's kind of messy. And if you don't have like an actual deep fryer, if you're using like a pot with hot oil, it takes time to make a bunch of onion rings. You know, not to mention prepping them all. But yeah, if I went to somebody's house, then they're like, "We're having apple pie. Would you like some?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure. That sounds great." Now, I don't normally eat pie, but that's a perfect situation for it. If I go into somebody's home and they're offering me some homemade apple pie, yes. Much obliged, thank you. But, you know, as far as, like, what I like to... If someone's like, if you could have, like, a munchies snack, like, at your disposal, what would it be? I'd be like, give me a big vat of mashed potatoes. That sounds great. Give me the biggest vat of mashed potatoes you can get your hands on. Mashed potatoes, my favorite! Terry, you shouldn't have. Yeah, same thing, Scott. My older brother and I, we got this game as kids, and we were so excited about it. And, you know, he wanted to be Batman, and I didn't care. I didn't mind being Robin. Robin has some actually unique gadgets compared to Batman. Not many, but there's like 2 or 3 that are completely different. So, yeah, we realized right away that this game wasn't really good. But basically it came to a point where, you know, he had kind of given up on it because we couldn't figure out how to do the gadgets. But then eventually our stepdad, he actually introduced me to GameFAQs. I never knew about this website. You know, or Game FAQs, whatever you want to call them. Game Frequently Asked Questions. And straight up, he produced a move list. And that's actually where I got the move list that I'm using now for this and learned and relearned all these moves. It was from GameFAQs. In the same place. Get out of here. Forget about it. And once I started learning the gadgets and stuff, I instantly realized how much easier the game was with the actual use of the gadgets. Thus demonstrates the point. Just like so. Just like so. And I don't think I have to keep repeating myself here. There's another secret here. Sub-boss time. Millhouse. There's our last blueprint and another extra life. I want to know what this we're actually going to have to pull up my said move list here in a second so I can see how to use this gadget. Should be a full health as well that'll drop from the ceiling. Thank you. Just to practice getting the head on the extra life. That should be it. 14. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Wow, look how much time we have. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever done it with that much time left. 2.5 minutes? Holy crap. Yeah, again, not to, oh, only 91% of pickups. Oh, that's a shame. 100% enemies, though. There we go. 2 extra lives. I'll take it. Rocket boots? What the hell do rocket boots do? Yo, what's going on, Crystal? How you doing? Thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate it. Let me give you a shout out here as well. There's another Fortnite streamer here for you folks. Another awesome one. Often actually playing with Killer Kitty. Be sure to check them out. Now let me really quick. Hopefully it doesn't crash my stream. Everything seems to be okay. Batman Forever move list. Oh, absolutely. You're welcome. Okay, there we go. Get that out of there. Okay, how are we looking? Stream doing okay? Batarang still spinning? Looks like it. Rocket boots. Forward C, forward B, forward C. Interesting. I wonder which one it replaces. This one, apparently. Interesting, okay. Now, that one isn't really going to work here, unfortunately. Where will that be good? Interesting. I'm trying to think of how we can use that. Because it probably actually moves you up, right? Right. Now, I need to actually take a short break here, but I like to make sure we have music going. So I'm going to kill these guys off, clear the room before I go on my break here. It's only going to be a 2 or 3 minute break. Now, I know where there are 2 extra lives in this particular one. And I know a fast way through this level. I don't know all the ins and outs of this one, but I know where there are 2 extra lives. Get out of there. Kablooey. There we go. We have another extra life right there. Okay. This is a good safe place. Right here. There's not going to be any more enemies that spawn here, so. Alright, I'm just going to take a 2 or 3 minute break here myself. We'll come back and we're going to continue this run. I've got some good faith here, folks. Pretty sure we're going to do it here with all those 17 extra lives. And like I said, there's another one I know of here too. All right, 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, yeah, there we go. 2 or 3 minutes, folks. I'll be right back. Yo, Tabby King, what's up, dude? Woo. Sorry about that. Thanks for the alert, dude. I appreciate it. Let me give you a shout out here. Yeah, I hit the vape a couple times. Sometimes for no reason the vape makes me sneeze. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because like the way that it like, I don't know. Who knows? So I know of another Extra Life later on. It's right around the 12th or the I don't know. I was gonna say 12th floor because it's blue. Nice. Ha! Go ahead and skip those guys. There, Scimitar. Okay, so here we go. Let's do a little cheese here. Oh no, went too far. Oh gosh. Oh crap. There you go. Yep, he's just gonna die in the acid there, and we're just gonna sit here and cheese this guy. Yeah, this has to be the run, right? 17 lives. Woo! I've never seen more than 9. And we're already past the elevator part, so now the only worst part is I think it's the ballet, is what it's called. That's the part right after this one, actually. Okay, so we get Tough Tony here. We can just take Tough Tony out with Batarangs. And there's another, like I was saying, Scott, there's another extra life that I know of in this stage. Just right off the bat. Without even having to do any exploring. We discovered it last time. On that run where I died. The second run of the night, several nights ago, where I died like 5 times on the elevator. On the dropping elevator in the second level. Yeah, right, Spawn. He had a cool name. Maybe that was like their knock on Spawn, the character. Well hidden. They'll never find it in this terrible game. Whoa! Did you see that, dude? He just one-shot me with a jump kick. I had way over half health, dude. Yeah, sometimes this game does that. Just like earlier with the nightstick, right? In the asylum. Dude pretty much one-shot me with a nightstick. That's not the first time I've seen that either in this game, where somebody did a jump kick on me and it took like all my health. Now granted, I didn't have full health there, but... That's why you need all these extra lives, man, because, whew, weird stuff happens in this game. It's kind of inconsistent with the damage. That's sort of where I'm getting at. Good enough. No, not that way. There you go. Alright, now here's one of Two-Face's mistresses the first time around. Get the cheese, get the cheese, get the cheese, glorious cheese. None of that. We'll be having none of that. None of that. And I'm pretty excited. I already know what game is going to be next. And we're just going to have to beat this game to figure it out now, aren't we? Benny! Oh, Benny! You flamethrowed your own dude! No, Benny! There you go, Benny. That's how it's supposed to work. You got it right the second time. Old Benny and the Jets. Bluey. I had a dude who was dressed just like Elton John came up to me once. He's like, "Hey, hello, I'm Elton John." And he shook my hand, but I didn't believe it was him. He was all by himself. It didn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure he was an impersonator. Like, he wasn't performing or anything that night. It was like totally just out of nowhere. It was just like, yeah. Like, there's a dude downtown who dresses and dances like Michael Jackson every day and does it along to his music. So, but that doesn't make him Michael Jackson. Makes him an impersonator. But I mean, I guess it would be out of character for an impersonator to say that they weren't who they were, correct? Right? So, in a way, he wasn't lying, when you think about it. From an entertainment standpoint, you're not supposed to break character, right? If you're actually an impersonator. Elvis impersonators don't break character, you know, mid-concert, right? This is what I'm saying. That would defeat the purpose of why people paid those tickets. So what we're doing here is just basically cheesing him down where we can, because, as you saw, sometimes unpredictable things happen in this game. Now, thankfully, also with the first run several nights ago, since we were able to get past some certain areas, we were able to get some strategy on those subway parts with the trains and how to get away from the train damage, as well as we found some secrets in the bat layer. I think it was 2 extra lives in the bat layer to be specific, which those will help out as well. This part is not fun. We got it. Nice. Woo! I throw that guy right on there, and his mission is just knock you off. Oh! Right, hang on, Batman. Okay, so this is the room, actually, where there's an extra life. Just hang on, Batman. You gotta take out Big Daddy Cool. Big Daddy Cool. Diesel. Yes. Okay, now what do we have to do? Does it just come back immediately? Okay, it's not. Okay. What activates it then? Okay, not the first lever. It's gotta be one of the other levers then. Yeah. I'm glad someone got that reference. Big Daddy Cool, Diesel. You know, everyone had to, you know, have like an alias back then, you know, in pro wrestling. It wasn't just Razor Ramon. It had to be the bad guy, Razor Ramon. Big Daddy Cool, Diesel. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Rick the Model Martel. Ravishing Rick Rude. Rowdy Roddy Piper. Randy Macho Man Savage. Or the Macho Man Randy Savage. However you want to say it. At one point, he was called the Macho King. And Queen Sherry. Oh, gosh. Macho Man saw better days then. Yeah, now they just use their names. Yeah, there's a lot of... Oh, gosh. Shit on the glide. There's a lot of bad wrestling out there, and unfortunately a lot of it's in the WWE. No offense to anybody that likes the WWE, there's nothing wrong with that. Who do we have here? Big Kevin Little Kev, right. Okay, so I think that lever will drop health as well. Jeez, that did a lot of damage. Nope. Okay, it's not that one. Maybe it was a previous one. Now, the advantage is I know where that extra life is, and thanks to Scott, we know how to pick up the extra life and get health out of it as well. Where's this extra life? There it is. Oh, it didn't work. Man, I must have timed it wrong. Gotta learn the timing on that, I guess. All right, here we go. Oh. Oh, they got me. Man, miss. Bombed your own comrade there. All right, here we go. Two-Face time. We're just gonna spam that on him big time. Let's go on the other side of him here. There you go. Now he's gonna walk a little differently and approach us differently here. Yep, as you saw. Yep, and he healed there. We do not want him to use his coin, because that is why. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, how did he not hit me? Whew. Just keep it up. Almost there. Oh, he healed. Oh my gosh, that hurt. Woo! Okay. So same thing. Wow, dude. And the full health was right there. Ha ha! Oh. The game sensed that, dude. It totally sensed it. Like, nope, you're not getting that full health, dude. You're dying right here. Well, the advantage is excuse me. I know how to actually get back up here now, so we can just leave the health. Come back for it when we need it, and it'll all be okay. We'll make it work in the end. Now it's time to get the enemies. And we have our flash pellet. Get cheesed. Oh gosh. Nice. Ooh, that was not. Crap. Gosh dang. Damn. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he got me. Some microwave, dude. The first couple dudes just took a whole life from me. That didn't even... I didn't lose a single life on here, I don't think, the last time. Now, the advantage is there are 3 lives at the end of this hallway. Let's go ahead and just boomerang this guy. Nice, okay. Probably one more single. Go all the way into the hallway here. Nice. And that's how we're going to get back up to get our health. When we need it. Because now, obviously, we can't use it. Now, how's the stream looking so far? Is it still being choppy? Or is it coming through more clear now? Wow, we were able to almost totally cheese that guy. Jeez. You mean you go with that health up after this? Oh my gosh. Almost got me again with that. Alright. Let's grab this full health here. Might as well grab the riddle. So there's 2 more small health medkits up there that we're going to make sure to grab. If we need them. The Riddler fight, or before we fight the Riddler here, we're going to get 3 extra lives and I think some health, so we won't need to save it till then. Nope, I didn't mean to do that. Oh gosh. Good enough? Gosh, this slippery goo, dude, like I said, it's just your bread and butter of the whole run. And then when there's 2 of them, the flash pellet just absolutely dominates. Yes. Boom. It was funny when I thought this was the last hallway before the last boss. And now we're like, nope. Your suffering is long from over. I'm afraid. Yes, indeed. Batman's looking for Groot. No, sir, I don't like it. Exactly. I do actually like this game, though. We'll see how... Oh gosh, he still got me with that. I tried to block it. We'll see how Big Riddler treats us. Super Shredder Riddler. The last vial of ooze! No, wrong movie, guys. Oh, sorry. Oh! Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Holy microwave. Dude, what are you doing? Wow. Just like that, dude. Yeah, get cheesed. So the least we can do. Show you our little token of our appreciation. Cheese. Oh gosh. Okay. Apparently, okay. Apparently, I wanted to do a somersault directly into him, you know. You know how it goes. Alright, let's go get that other health up here. Same thing on the other side. We got, oh, got a small med kit on the other side. Lovely. So this is pretty much Mortal Kombat. Yep. Mortal Kombat Man, Dirty Marco. Yep, that's what this game has been called. Mortal Kombat Man. This game was developed by Probe, which actually I believe, if I remember correctly, developed at least the first 2 Mortal Kombats. Maybe even the first 3? Maybe the first 4? Maybe even all the way up to Trilogy? But welcome in, Dirty Marco. Thanks for coming by. And yeah, we're having a great run here. We're hoping that this is going to be the run. Houdini and Grantham. No reason to play by the rules. Cheese him down. Dead or alive, you are getting cheesed. Notice how they're just damaging the crap out of themselves in the process, too? What are we missing here? Brondel, is this the last guy? Like I said, this hallway awards 3 extra lives. And I think there's even an extra life in the Riddler fight, the first one here, coming up. Okay, it's not. Regine? Okay. This might be the last guy down here. I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of dudes in this hallway. This is honestly one of the hardest parts right here. This is just such an endurance battle. Granted, they give you 3 lives at the end, but as you can see, I've already lost 2 here. Whoa, he still got me. Whoa, I got lucky there. Yep. 100% the Slippery goes to Sub-Zero floor freeze. 100%. Look at all that gloriness. Just awesome stuff. Here we go. First Riddler fight. Oh no, he's gonna summon guys. No summoning. Wow, it cannot be. Really? Wow. Okay, our extra life should be up here. Thank you. And the one on the bottom right's a bomb. So we won't be hitting that one. Nice. So we're able to get 4 of the extra lives there, basically at the end. All right, this is where we go in the subway. This part's kind of weird. I don't really know much about the secrets here. Nice. Wow. Oh. Yes. Full health. I think there's actually another full health here, believe it or not. Alright, you mangy buzzard, get away from me. Cheese sandwich. Oh, I love those. Like a fully loaded grilled cheese. That's tough to beat. The true challenge is not falling asleep to this music, right? It is really nice music, but yeah, it's definitely kind of not fitting to the game itself. It's like, so this is your Cape Crusader movie? This is your Cape Crusader movie music? Okay. Oop. You try to disappear like Reptile. Oop. Come on over here. Boom. Boom! Tough actin' to actin'. Okay, I know that there's a secret here somewhere. There you go. Oh my gosh. As soon as I get that full health, dude. Half it's gone. Craziness. Bluey. crap. Oh gosh. Woo! Thank goodness. Can we go back? No, we cannot. Doesn't seem to be anything in the ceilings. So many secrets in this game. Yeah, no, there are. Yeah, I will be too. I will be too. Yes! So we discovered that last time that we could just straight up do that. Oh gosh. Can we get on the other cart? Yes! That is just too much, dude. Oh, I love doing stuff like that. Oh, that's just... Oh, man. I thought I was going to eat it there. Oh. Yep. He put himself down that time. Outlander. Again, that sounds almost like a Genesis game. Oh my gosh. Yes. Chrome. Man, get out of here, Chrome. How about that? Okay, that's the end. Let's check the other side of this train. I've never gone backtracked here. Let's see if there's anything that drops on the other side. I doubt it, but you never know. I've discovered extra lives that way before. Well, would you look at that? It's a full health. What did I tell you? I told you. I was like, this train scene's a little bit long. Dino fries with the raid. What is going on? Let me give you a follow here. I'm not sure you've met before, Dino Fries. Welcome in. Let me give you a shout out here. What were you streaming tonight? As you can see, we're doing some Batman Forever. We love SEGA Genesis and heavy metal here. Let me give you the other welcome. Whew. All right. Thanks again for the raid, dude. I appreciate it. And thanks for the follow as well. Cheers. Nice having you in. What were you streaming tonight, Dino Fries? Where do you usually stream? This is a lot different from the Super Nintendo version. Apparently, Dirty Marco. That'd be a better question for 3 drinks in. I wish he was here. Whoa, Dirty Marco with a subscription. Holy crap. Thank you for that as well, dude. I appreciate that. Gotta give a solo for that one, too. Yes, and do enjoy those emotes. I made most of them myself. Not all of them. Some of them are actually made by Bombshell Boy, actually, who's in chat here. He made 3 of them. And another one was made by a dude named Code Modern. That is the payback time one. The one of Fang. Woo! Thanks again for all that support, folks. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, Matty O'Shea. What the... Matty O'Shea, what's up, dude? How you doing? 25 gift subs given in the channel. Thank you so much, Matty. Let me give Matty a shout out here, too. How you doing tonight, Matty? Let me give you a shout out there as well. Still here. Oh. Hey, J-Lids, thank you for the follow as well. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support, everybody. How's your night going so far, Matty? Oh, you just woke up. Oh, okay. Where are you abouts again, Matty? Do you live in the U.S. or do you live abroad? Make sure I'm following J-Lids here too. Oh yeah, we do music here too. I usually do live music once a week and then followed by a retro game. I've just taken about a week off for that, so. FLA. I'm trying to figure out what that stands for. Oh, it is Florida. Okay. Oh, okay. You live in Tampa. You got a hell of a hockey team. Second hockey team to repeat. In the salary cap. First was Pittsburgh. I'm taking your suggestion here, Scott. I didn't miss it in chat. I don't think I responded to it, but yeah, you said try breaking the ceilings here. Not a bad idea. I wonder also if there's a way to break into one of the subway carts here and have to fight enemies there. You know, like that. Yeah, my team's doing pretty bad too, Marco. My team's in the 7th. I'm from the town of Yankee Doodle came from. Oh, I see. It's 50 miles. Oh, okay. So are you a Rangers fan then, Maddie? I mean, you don't have to be any hockey fan. Not everyone likes hockey. I just happen to like hockey, so. But yep, the team that I quite like is not doing well. But you know, I try to be an optimist about all things, and when people always ask me like, "Hey, how are the Sharks doing?" You know, and they're not doing well, I'm like, tickets are still cheap. It's one advantage to a team that hasn't won the Stanley Cup yet. Oh gosh, I didn't hear the train. Wait, I didn't get hit somehow. How did that guy absorb the damage for me? That should have hit me. I live in the Bay Area, Dirty Marco. Oh, a Whalers fan. That was that the Hartford Whalers, was it? I think they were still on NHL 94, if I remember correctly. Yes. We can actually use that to our advantage. It's fine. You're not gonna hide from the train. Here it comes. Yes. Oh. The line got me. Where is it? Here it comes. Yes. Yes, nice. Oh gosh. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. Okay, that's what's going on. Half of my monitors weren't working. That's why I couldn't hear it. Yeah, it was Hartford. Okay, yeah. I thought I remembered them. It was the only place you could get steamed hamburgers. Oh, so like White Castle style? It has the largest two-sided building in the world. What a weird steamed hams. Yeah, steamed hamburgers. That's like what White Castle does, right? I thought I remember reading that they steam their burgers. Phil Collins? Oh gosh, I hope not. I'm not sure. I thought I remember hearing that though. Doesn't Phil Collins have like MS or something? Not to bring the stream down, but Don't think there are any secrets here. Yeah, let's just get out of here before we get hit by the electricity again. Guy got me. Yeah, Genesis. Oh, get this, Matty O'Shea, get this, right? So there was this other metal musician who was in my chat maybe like a week ago, Michael Winchester. Oh gosh, he shot me. And someone talked about how Genesis had bass lines that slapped really hard. They're like, Genesis just has the best bass lines. They slap so hard. And they were talking about SEGA Genesis, right? But my friend who's in chat was like, you mean the band Genesis? Like the prog rock band? It's like, no, they were like, no, dude, SEGA Genesis. It was hilarious though, dude. It was so funny. But he was just like genuinely confused. He's like, wait, Genesis has the best basses? Oh gosh, I tried to block that. Gosh. Thank goodness there's a couple extra lives in the next level. I knew you were gonna need all these. Oh gosh, I couldn't even hear it. I didn't even hear the beep. Jeez. Jeez, dude. It's just completely eluding them. Oh. Wow. And then they threw a bunch of electricity at me right away. Classic. Oh. No, sir. I don't like it. That is what it is. Yeah, he was struggling on his last on his final concert, from what I understand. That's why I was like, wait, me? I was like, thank goodness I'm not in that condition. Yeah, like Genesis isn't my favorite band, but you know, I don't mind Genesis. Genesis is a good band. But yeah, unfortunately, I read about that. Yeah, and he's like terminally ill. It's like really sad. He can't play anymore. He was like sitting down in a chair the whole time. And he wasn't even playing drums, he was just singing. Yeah, he's not in good shape, unfortunately. Oh, didn't mean to get that right away. But maybe you were talking about the song in the background, Mia? Is that what you were talking about? With Phil Collins? You shot your own partner, bro. This tailor here, you're not much of a tailor when you shoot your own partner. You need to get a handle on your needles, bud. Whoa! I jumped right in it. Oh my gosh. Holy crap, that took so much damage from me. Yeah, this is where it gives you some clues. If your back is against the wall, jump back, jump in, and collect it all. So there will be in the back cave here, there are 2 different areas where your back is against a cave wall and there are extra lives. Oh my gosh. Cool music though. Just like this whole game. This whole game has cool music. It's just kind of out of place sometimes. But yeah, again, I wasn't trying to bring the stream down. I was just confused. I was like, what do you mean Phil Collins? But yeah, I figure that you're talking about the music. Yeah, again, the music here is kind of weird. All right, into the back cave. Here's one secret with an extra life. Let's leave that health for now, though. Yeah, so from what? Did you see that? He flamethrowed himself. Did you see that? He just flamethrowed himself, dude. Wow. I've seen it all now. Dude flamethrowed himself. Get cheesed. Okay, let's not forget our training. Oh, you actually just saw them. Nice. How was it? Okay, now we can go back for that health. There's probably gonna be an enemy in here now. Yep. It was good? Oh, that's good to hear. I'm just checking for secrets there. So there's another secret right behind me here. Gotta be careful of that. Bam. Alright, so the secret's here. Let's go ahead and open it. And there's an enemy in here. Let's go and take him out. Alright, Alfie. So yeah, we'll just leave that stuff there for now and come back for it. So we still got plenty of enemies here we have to deal with. Whoa, I couldn't hit him. Weird. Yes, get cheesed. Get cheesed. There you go. Alright, probably should go ahead and pick that stuff up. Just in case the elevator for the Batmobile's ready to go. I think there's still another pair to kill, though. Yeah, okay. Bertini. Alright, Slasher. We've got your number. Oh, I thought it said Elvis at first. Whoa, that was weird. He didn't hit me with the flamethrower either. That one he did. Wow, dude, what the hell in the crap? Bluey. Can't remember if there's a secret somewhere here. Perhaps not. Perhaps not. Oh, okay. Get out of here. Yep, just keep spamming that. See what happens to you. Okay, what is going on here? Oh, there's one more. Whoa. Yeah, Genesis has been around for a long time. That is true. Ah, okay. So it's making us go this way. Gotcha. Whoa. Yeah, this area here, they can actually go off screen. So you cannot cheese them in the corners. Arbuckle. There we go. We got you now. Selling England by the pound, understand, then went downhill. What do you mean, understand, then went downhill? Oh yeah, this part is not fun. This is where the... There's probably like an extra life or something in that room, I'll bet. Oh, there's an album called Understand. I gotcha. Nice. Nice. Bacchus? It's almost Bacchus. Bacchus? No, don't touch that. Well, at least they knocked me into health. Even worse. Yes. All right, Mr. Lecter. You're next. Hey, it's Tommy. It's Tommy Too Skinny. You came back. You see, Tommy was kind of a loose cannon, huh? Peter Gabriel, right. Hey, we got one extra credit there. From 100%, I'll take it. Okay, so apparently with that section with the gun you just went through is only the Genesis version. Yes. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? Not I. No Bruce Wayne or his girlfriend, Dr. Chase Meridian. Here with me on Claw Island. She'd really like to talk to you. Let's not make the same mistake we did last time, huh? Last time we went with the... Yeah. Last time we accidentally went with the wrong one there. I actually need to take another break here shortly, but let's get this area clear first. Yeah, so right here, a musical hit that strikes the right chords. It is a nice tune to play and it will bring rewards. That's not how you spell musical chords. Jeez. Double flamethrower. Keep spamming the slippery goo. No reason to let up now. Oh gosh, you gave me the bear hug. Gave me the old bear hug. Iggy. Watch your step there, Iggy. What's wrong, Iggy? Can't move anywhere? Poor Iggy, stuck in the corner. So I wonder what the hint is. Something about those chords right there? No, what do we got in here today, actually? No, Desert Gold was the last one. This is Cloudberry. So before I go in here, I want to double check about this riddle. Because I know I'm right. That's not how you spell musical chords. It's missing an H. So it probably has to do with those chords right over there. I just don't know how. I just don't know, like, what's the relation. But again, I wanted to get the music going here and clear all that section out before we went into the elevator. But first, we're 3+ hours in. I'm just gonna take another 2 or 3 minute break here. Need to make sure to stay fresh here. I don't want to mess this up. Don't want to rush it. All right, 2 or 3 minutes, folks. I'll be right back. Sure, if you want. If you don't have it on you, it's fine. We've already revealed some awesome stuff, honestly. We can just move on. Just keep things moving. Dude's name is Pringle, I love it. Oh my gosh. Smoked. Whoa. What they? Oh, they kicked me. I see. Yeah, partridge. Partridge in a pear tree. Hey, Remington Steele, huh? We're gonna kick your butt. I don't think so. This part. Can we just not? Right. Yes. Okay. This is the part I was talking about earlier. When I first started my stream, I've talked about the wonderful Stalactite and Stalgomite, if I have those two terms correctly, that they have in front of us here. Not only... Okay, guys. You're making me mad now. I don't really mean that, but... I died a whole bunch of times on this part. Because, yeah, look at this crap, dude. It's in the background. That's not even in the foreground. Is it? Is it in the foreground? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is in the foreground. I guess I'm wrong. That's not in the background. You see that? No! Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's an insta-death if you fall onto the Stalgomite there. I think that's the right term, on the bottom. Because it's stalactites on top, Stalgomite on the bottom. Yeah, this part was the biggest run killer last time. Ooh, it's not over yet, okay. I see. But now that I know what to expect with this part, it's not so bad, right? Like, I just landed on this... Oh, gosh. Yeah, I thought I saw a drop over there. Anything else? Oh gosh, I missed. Crap. Well, I suppose for demonstrative purposes. There you are, folks. An insta-death. Hopefully we don't regret that later on. Oh, right, this part. Right. I remember this now. This part was kind of annoying, but... Wow, he jumped over it. Dude, just get off me. Seriously. That's not what I meant to do. Are there any more enemies here? Right. Your brainwaves, my friend, will be lovely to see. Turn on my devices if you hope to find me. I thought so. Astaroth. Nice name. That sounds quite Lovecraftian, honestly. It's all good. We got past this part last time. Wasn't a problem. It just took a while to learn. I didn't know where to stand at first. Alright, so we gotta get this right. So we do there. There. Oh, right. Never mind. Right, okay. I remember now. Oh, too far. Way too far. Well, we might as well grab that full health up there, I guess, real quick. Oh. Alright, you want to do it from like here, right? Oh, still too far. It's all good, it's all good. Yeah, this part was a little weird last time, so to say the least. There you go. Oh, I missed it. Oh, man. It's okay. Did not mean to do that there. Gotcha. Okay. All good. All good. I think we got it now. Not a worry. Oh my gosh. It's all good. It's kind of tricky, you know? This is a platforming part. Oh, didn't do it fast enough. Just beyond there. Okay, go right there. Jump, jump. Glide. Just drop down, drop down. Boom! Tough action to Acton. Holy microwave and a half. Okay, you can stop the scorpion stuff whenever. None of that. See ya! Now we can use the room to our advantage here. This room is huge. We need to use the room that we have. There's the real Riddler. Yes. See you later, hologram. All right, where's Chase? We're gonna win this fight this time, Riddler. Boom! Tough action to Acton. Two-Face time, I knew it. No more hiding behind curtains 1 and 2, just plain curtains. Aren't you forgetting something, Harvey? Wait, there's a secret here too? Start with a lullaby, end with sweet dreams. Waking or sleeping, one player or teams. Nope. Ooh. What a weird riddle. I'm really curious about that one. Whoa! I don't remember the cutlery. That's not to say that he wasn't able to do that last time. Aren't you forgetting something, Harvey? Your coin. Okay, Big Riddler. What? Okay, so he's immune to the gadgets? Whoa. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, he's got so much health. Oh, the gadgets don't work on him. What the? Whoa. Whoa, I can't even move. Oh, he catches me in the air. Whoa, my gosh, dude. What was that? He threw me. Dang. This guy packs a wallop. All right, Super Shredder. The last vial of ooze. He must have taken all of it. No, wrong movie, dude. Oh, of course. No, yeah, you're not gonna be creating any thugs. You're not gonna be creating any ads here, Mr. Riddler. I'm not even giving you the chance. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Hello, Chase. Did we do it? Is that it? You can stun him? How do you stun him, Scott? Yes! For those who said it couldn't be done, this one's for you, folks. Just for you. Cheers, everybody. Couldn't have done without you, folks. Another one in the books. Tom Fallon, nice job on the music. Nine lives to spare, too. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the biddies. I appreciate it. Oh, definitely time for a blast. Thank you, Bombshell. Hey, thank you as well, Persian Air, for the biddies. I appreciate it. I want to enjoy the ending music before I give you guitar solos, if that's okay. When games have unique end music, I feel like that's the reward for the player. That's always my reward for being Demon Souls, is the ending music on the credits.